Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I am using these two new polishes that came in a set of 6 that I bought from Amazon. I will put the link in the description. I have no idea what colours these are supposed to be because they don't have any names on them. But yeah, I thought this one was going to be a grey, and it's most definitely not. It is white, but actually it didn't matter for what we're going to do today. So if you've been watching my channel recently, you will know that I have been trying to come up with some easier ways to do hand painting. So if you're not skilled at hand painting, which most people are not, I have been using kind of stamping plates to help, to give you a guide, almost like having tracing paper. And I got a Moyra delivery with some new stamping plates. And I'd said in that video they were for a particular reason. So this was the reason. I had bought some watercolour paints. I'd never used watercolours before. I thought it looked interesting. I thought, oh, you know, I got some Amazon vouchers for my birthday. What do I get? And I thought, well, do you know what? Give this a go. So you will have seen my fishies. You will like my fish. Fishies. But the whole point was it was to go with this set. The fish was a complete and utter tangent that was a challenge set by one of my friends, which turned out really good. I really enjoyed using the watercolours, so I was looking forward to doing this set. Now, with all of my sets, I always show my husband after I've done them. And if it's supposed to be a particular theme, if my husband actually gets it, I'm like going, yes, I have succeeded. If not, I'm like going, feck, right. May not to carry on with those then. But he did. So the inspiration for this was, I love stained glass windows. And I did a stained glass project for GCSE art many years ago. But I use perspex and I use glass paints rather than breaking up glass. And so when I saw this stamping plate from Moyra, I thought that could be fantastic. I could have a lot of fun with that. But of course, if I'd used acrylic paints, it doesn't give you that effect, that sheer effect that you get with stained glass. So that's why I wanted to use watercolour paints, because you can water them down and get that kind of, it's like a tint, isn't it? Like a, rather than a solid colour. I'm hoping this is making sense. These stamping plates, they're huge. So, you know, if you look at the cost of a Moyra stamping plate, they are good quality stamping plates, but they are giant plates. Right, they are not tiny plates, so they're actually good value for money, I think. I'm using the Born Pretty stamping gel. I kind of messed up on this first stamp. One of them, it's the same stamp, but on one side I'd got a bit too much polish and it needed a bit more of a scrape. It is always difficult trying to do that and keep it in shot for you, because generally I want my stamping plate underneath my nose, but nobody wants to see a nasal shot, you know. Going, oh, look, Shona, we can see your bogies, or my brains, whichever one happens to be up there. So you can see what I mean on this stamp, that, yeah, it's not quite right. I wasn't overly fussed on some parts of it because I want a rustic effect, you know, and you can neaten it up, you can clean it up a little bit with your, a little bit of acetone, just to clean it off before you cure it. Because obviously with gel stamping polish, oh no, apparently I didn't like that one at all, I'm going to redo it. But yeah, with gel stamping polish, it doesn't set until you put it in the lamp and cure it. I do think, yeah, and I found this with the other Moyra plates, sometimes you just got to give them a bit more of a clean, you know, to get the first couple of stamps right. And so, yeah, definitely, you can see I've overly overly done it with that. Oh, I've just been invaded. Small people have come down. See, I told you, I just never get a spare 5 minutes of peace and quiet just to get on with stuff. So anyway, you're going to watch me try and stamp this again, and I'll be back in a moment. Okay, so you just let that sit in there just for about 30 seconds. I've just cleaned my stamper, and now I'm going to pick up the stamp. There we go. Oh, and the whole thing's just going to come out. Awesome. They are very sticky sheets, actually, those for cleaning your jelly stamper. So sticky, in fact, that... yeah. Anywho, so I'm just going to take off the bits around the outside. It was fine. It all went back in, not a problem. And then I'm going to come in and I'm going to do my stamp, and then I'll clean up any bits that I don't like. And then we're going to move on. So that, obviously, I will cure that, etc. when I am happy with it. And clean up all of that mess. Okay, so there you go. I've stamped those. They've been cured in the lamps, and now we're going to come in with the watercolour. So I'm using a really small brush because obviously it's very delicate. And I'm just going to start filling in the gaps. So it's a little bit like a paint by numbers, if you've ever done one of those. I love them. I apologise, they've just started banging next door. For the love of monkeys, am I never going to get through a single video? Deep breaths. Anyway, look at the shinies, look at the beautifuls, ignore the noise in the background. But yeah, so it's exactly like a paint by numbers, but so I wanted a stronger colour for the roses that are going on. So if you hadn't guessed it, yes, I'm not even sure if I've said this already, but the kind of theme here was Beauty and the Beast, with the rose and the stained glass. The original version, obviously, you know, which is the best. Let's not talk about the remake, shall we? Now I've kind of left in a bit of both because I did a better job on the second nail than I did on the first nail, but didn't record the whole of the second nail. But recorded the whole of the first nail. I should just record everything and just cut it out, the bits that I want, instead of assuming that, you know, I've got all that I need. This is a slow process. You're going to watch this in real time of me doing it. So next to me is just a palette with some of the watercolour paints. And yeah, I've just mixed the watercolour paint with water. Watercolours, a lot of it, especially when I come to the background, which is where I want it to be more sheer, there is a lot of dabbing that goes on. So you put the colour on, but then you kind of dab a lot off. Yeah, it's an interesting technique, and it's going to take a while to get the hang of it, but I'm enjoying it. It's fun. I definitely prefer the watercolour to the one stroke at the moment. I know I said, oh look, I've done some one stroke, I'm going to do loads of one stroke now. I got sidetracked by the fish and discovered the love of watercolours, and so I've kind of gone off on that tangent. But I will come back to the one stroke. I do like the one stroke. It's something I want to get better at. It's just, you know, having time to practice all these different things, and obviously all the videos that we do, there's only so many you get per month. But yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I loved how this turned out. I was super chuffed with these, and I cannot wait to experiment more with the colours. And I'm going to try to go a little bit more freehand with it. I'm going to experiment, and like I say, I'm not a freehand artist. I don't have those particular skills. Yes, I did GCSE art, but I was very much more abstract and sculptures and that kind of art, not doing a like for like You know, they put the bowl of fruit in front of you and you have to draw a bowl of fruit, and I'm going, yeah, okay. Yeah, well, to be honest, I did manage the bowl of fruit, but I certainly can't do people and, you know, things like that. I'm not that gifted. But yeah, I want to play, I want to experiment, and you guys can come along with that journey of seeing me start doing something that's completely new. And as you know, with me, you get the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful. If it goes wrong, it goes wrong. You see what it go wrong. You see me trying to fix it. Sometimes it just goes bad. But that is the nature of any art, of any nails, of anything that you are learning. It's not always perfect. And I don't want to just show you the perfect result and go, hey, look, I just created these. It was just like so perfect. They just came out like that straight away, first try. Rubbish. Of course they don't. You know, there's too much fakeness that goes on, and I'm definitely not one of those. So, yeah. There's not really much else I can say about this. I'm just going to keep adding colours to this, and I'm just going to let you watch for a bit. Okay, so you can see the nail at the top has been completed. We've done the whole of that, but I wasn't as happy with the background of that one as I was with this one. So that's why I've kept this one in to show you what I'm doing. And you know what I said about the dab dab? Okay, so you put the colour on, but then you're wetting your brush, you're dabbing a lot of it off, because I want it to be more of a sheer look. I know I've said that repeatedly. I am sometimes aware when I repeat myself, but it's a different technique to get that off, or to pull that off, should we say. So yeah, so you could see the difference between the two nails when we get to the end. Okay, so there you go. You see, the first nail wasn't dark enough at the bottom in my view for the second one. Right, so now we're going to come to the top coat part, and this is, yeah, kind of the part where you have a little bit of a panic attack of going, is this going to cure properly? am I going to put this top coat on and the whole thing is going to smudge everywhere, which thankfully it didn't. I did come on with a floaty approach to this one, not a full drag, because I was a little bit concerned that it may not. But yeah, so we're just going to top coat over the top of these, then I'm going to cure them in the lamp, and then this set is done. I apologise, it's been a bit of a weird video with the goings on. I've even had the door go and everything in this. It's just not worked for me. But hey, I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you give this a go. Please do pop it on the Facebook group, any of your designs that you do, because I really do love to see what you're creating as well. And yeah, thanks very much. I'll see you in the next one.